Whenever times are tough, one of the first budget items to be cut is marketing. Ask a marketing person about this and you'll get a face palm. I mean, why would you cut the one thing that's generating new customers and dollars unless it isn't? I'm Ivana Taylor, and today on Bizapalooza Chat, we're going to show you how to grow your sales without spending a dime on marketing. Our guest today knows exactly how to do this kind of thing. He is a marketing master who doesn't spend, or should I say waste, money on marketing activities that don't generate sales. He's founded and grown two businesses this way, Goldmine and Nimble. Both happen to be relationship building platforms, so it's no surprise that our guest today knows a thing or three about relationship and influencer marketing. He's been a guest on our show before talking about the power of relationship marketing, but today we're going to challenge him with more. We're going to have him talk about his philosophy and his process for eliminating wasteful marketing in place of powerful prospect generating strategies. Please welcome to the chat my friend and yours, John Ferrara. Hi, John.
Hey, Evan, I'm so excited to be with you and the Bizapalooza community today because I really believe that everybody wants to be top of mind with their prospects and customers. What I think they fail at is understanding it's not just prospects and customers, it's going to help you grow your business. At Nimble, we connect to editors, analysts, bloggers, influencers, third-party developers, investors, advisors, and prospects and customers of all types. And I think if you're listening to this podcast, to this chat, this Twitter chat today, you're going to learn about not only how to stay top of mind with your customers, but to get them to pick up the phone and to call you and drag their friends with them. So there's no more cold calling. It's warm inbound connection.
That's awesome. So, that brings me to my question, which I think we should all get on the same page about. We kind of talked a little bit about this on the chat today. What is your practical definition of marketing as you have actually experienced it?
Well, I think it's all about storytelling. It started by us gathering around a tree and telling stories. And I believe that a brand is built on the promises that you make and the experience that you deliver. So marketing isn't just storytelling, it's the complete customer journey. And if you could align the promises that you make and the experience that you deliver, you can build your own gold mine.
You are cracking me up. Now, let's talk a little bit. I'm going to stray from the script just a tiny bit because you wanted to talk about delivering on promises. One of the things I run into quite a bit is small business owners who have been very opportunistic about the business that they've created. They focused on features and benefits and said, hey, there's an opportunity there. But they're kind of lacking that story and they're lacking their promise and they're kind of entrenched in the features and benefits of their product or service. Can you kind of say a little bit more to help those folks who have kind of reached that plateau because they don't have that promises story?
You bet. It's really simple. Stop talking about your products and services. Nobody cares. They care about how they can become better, smarter, faster. That is what you should be talking about on a daily basis. How can you help your prospects, your customers, and ideally their influencers grow? How can you be a trusted advisor to help them achieve their passion, plan, and purpose in life? If all you did was share content, give away your expertise about how you might help others grow better, smarter, faster, your brand will not only be built yourself, but your community, your constituency will become your storytellers, and that's what you need to do. You need to tell great stories and get other people to tell your stories, because it's more powerful when other people talk about you than when you talk about you. And let's bring it back around. Don't talk about yourself. Don't talk about your products. Talk about how you can help other people grow. And it's really easy. You've forgotten more about your products and services than anybody else will ever know in their life. Imagine if you gave your knowledge away, and not only your knowledge, but the knowledge of everybody who inspires and educates you. So if you constantly sharing content to inspire and educate others about how you can become better, smarter, faster, not only will you have all this inbound connection and all these people wanting to connect with you and engage with you, you'll be so overwhelmed that you're going to need Nimble to help you grow. Like how I brought that around?
I do. I love that. I love that. And, let's talk a little bit about something, because I challenged you on something on the chat, and I'm going to challenge you again. I know I can do that because we've been friends for a while.
Yeah.
I know, and maybe the thing to talk about is how you build Goldmine, right? Because when you built Goldmine, you were like a programmer or whatever.
Okay.
Right?
So the way that I built Goldmine and the way I built Nimble is almost identical, except for the constituency that I use to build the brand. So imagine if you built Outlook and Salesforce combined before either existed. How would you bring it to market? I didn't know how to advertise. I didn't have money to advertise. I was in an apartment. I was 28 years old. So what I did is I identified the key influencer of my core prospect in and around the areas of promise of my product. That was the Novell reseller who basically sold them the network, and I had the first networkable program that I could drive on top of it. So what I did was I cold called the Novell resellers and got them to use it, because people sell what they know and they know what they use. They started to recommend it and resell it, and that's basically how we built the Goldmine brand. Now let's circle around and talk about Nimble. So there I was. I built the first social sales and marketing CRM before people knew they needed to use social to build their brand in a network. How do you get the word out? There weren't any Novell resellers of the day. Basically, Microsoft resellers were still selling on-prem, and I had a cloud-based social solution. So what I did is I found the influencer of my prospect in around the areas of my promise of my product, thought leaders in social sales and marketing. I started to share their content and hashtag it appropriately, pound sales, pound marketing, pound social, attribute their name like DIY marketers. And all of a sudden, not only was I able to attract people who want to be better at social sales and marketing, the masses, but also the audience of DIY marketers, and also to build a connection with Evna, who I now have this relationship, and why I'm on the show today, because I paid that relationship forward over time by sharing your content, which inspired and educated my constituency, which helped build my brand and then built our relationship. So it's basically like building a self-sustaining garden around your business. You need to put things in the garden that attract the right things so you don't have to spray and water. And that's what you do with inspirational content and engagement. I call it the 5 E's of social selling. Educate, enchant, engage, embrace, and empower your customer by giving your knowledge away. And both methods, Goldmine and Nimble, was basically a page out of influencer marketing.
But come back to something, because I kind of got it and I sort of missed it. That means everyone else missed it too.
Sure.
Where you said, I focused on, what is it? The audience around the promise.
Influencer of my core constituency. So in the Goldmine days, it was the person that sold them the network, because I had the Novell network reseller, because I had a networkable business application to sell on top. And rather than advertising to my prospect, the small businesses, I went to the trusted advisor. With Nimble, I had a cloud-based social application that layered on top of G Suite. Well, how do I bring that to market? Those people are trying to be better at social sales and marketing. They're listening in Twitter and other places to the content. I just found content that inspired and educated me in around the areas of promise of my product, how to be better and smarter, faster at social sales and marketing. Sharing that content not only attracts net new eyeballs and builds a Nimble in my brand, but also builds relationships with the influencer in their network, which is a self-propelling cycle that helped build a global brand for Nimble.
So you don't think being who you are had that much to pay?
I was out of technology for 10 years. That's a lifetime in business. And so really, it was only people who were back in those era, which isn't all the population, knew what Goldmine was. It gave me a step up. But I don't think I'd be here today without understanding the value of storytelling, getting other people to tell those stories.
And you know what? I think I would agree with you, because I had met someone else that was from another product around that time, but I don't see them anymore.
Right. And I had a competitor back in the day, a guy named Pat Sullivan, and he basically called me up 2 years into building Nimble, and he said, hey, I heard you're building this really cool program. I don't have a contact manager for my Mac. I'd like to learn more about what Nimble's doing. So I basically gave him an hour of my time, and 6 months later, he came out with a program that was nearly identical. But you know what? Just because he had a past doesn't mean that he can necessarily do the future. So you're exactly right. It's not necessarily who I was that helped me to be who I am. It's the compilation of everything. And I think part of it is having a philosophy in life that we're on this planet to grow our souls by helping other people grow theirs. It's the basis of my humanity. And so my whole philosophy in life is I'm here to help you grow. And that's why I built Goldman. That's why I built Nimble. And that might be the difference in my success is it's not about me. It's about you, baby.
Well, I can't think of a better way to end our show today, because it wasn't a very long one, but I think there's some really, really powerful, juicy things inside. So step back, think about the business that you're in. Think about how you're going to help other people. Find the influencers who are there to help your customers and help those people pay it forward, right?
Amen.
Jennifer, thanks for being with us today. I really loved having you, as always.
I'm always happy to get up on the soapbox with you because I love to teach and preach.